What is up, everybody? Little Rangers reviews action here. I didn't get to do it last night because if you follow me on Twitter, you know. But last night I did not get home from work until around midnight. A little past midnight I got home from work. So I didn't get to watch the game on time. I did watch it on a delay. So I was not able to do a Rangers reviews at 2:30 in the morning when I was finally finished with the game. So I figured I'll do it while I'm driving home from work today. I got an hour ride ahead of me. I figure I might as well burn 10-15 minutes reviewing the Rangers game last night. Preseason game number 1 at New Jersey Devils. Pretty darn good game if you ask me. I was happy with the result. So basically, this is only preseason. I'm not going to get overly in-depth. But I am going to talk about players I thought stood out and players I thought were just yeesh. So I think the Rangers' best player last night, and this goes without saying, but was Elias Anderson. I mean, he was the Rangers' best player last night, without a doubt. And I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that either. Elias Anderson was an absolute standout. Look, I got shit. I look like a baby again. Elias Anderson was incredible last night. That read he made on Taylor Hall, on that breakaway, that shorthanded breakaway goal he scored, he read that play like a book, picked it off, was able to accelerate past everyone, and that shot he took. I love that little move where you go bar down on the far side, that in tight. So pretty. And of course he would score later on the power play. So Elias Anderson had himself a game. And of course Neil Pionk's going to bury the overtime winner. When you're in a preseason game and it's overtime, you just play Neil Pionk 5 minutes. He's going to score eventually. You just put him out there. You don't let him come off. You just let the guy out there, let him do his preseason thing, all right? And then they think next year when we're a playoff team again that he'll score regular season overtime goals. But until then, he's just a preseason specialist. Don't you freaking forget it. And as good as that goal by Pionk was, great position, great pass by Buchnevich, I do think the best Rangers defenseman last night was Tony DeAngelo. And I think Mark Stoll was a close second. Mark Stoll had an awesome game. Mark Stoll was awesome. He was fun to watch. He looked like he wanted to be there. He looked like he caught second wind. And listen, I don't doubt Mark Stoll. I don't dislike him. I don't think he's as good as he used to be, but I don't doubt him. I don't doubt that he does have extra juice left, and there is something a little more that he can show us in this season. And who knows, man? Maybe he reinstates himself as a pretty solid defenseman. Now, I don't think he'll ever be a $6 million defenseman. I think that's past him, but I don't think that he's done. I do think that Mark Stoll still has a lot to prove. But Tony DeAngelo, man, the reason why I'm going to speak so highly... Oh, Jesus Christ. Really, asshole? Fucking Carolina drivers, dude. I swear to God. I love it here with the drivers. But Tony DeAngelo, he wasn't just good in the offensive zone on the power play, because he ran the power play, man. He did a great job quarterbacking the power play. He played great in all three zones. He was breaking up plays in the neutral zone. He was defending just fine in the defensive zone. And he was whipping the puck around the offensive zone. And the Rangers did something last night that I was worried we weren't going to be able to do anymore after we traded away Ryan McDonough. And that was to stop clearing attempts. We did a great job of batting down pucks and keeping pucks off the boards and getting out. We did an awesome job of that last night, especially on the power play, man. That was something fun to watch, and not something I expected, especially because Ryan McDonough was the king of that, and I didn't think anybody else was going to be able to do it after he was gone. The fact that we had a bunch of guys that were doing it, even Kevin Hayes kept the puck in a few times, which was very impressive for me. Speaking of Kevin Hayes, I thought Kevin Hayes, I think Hayes had an odd game. He had a couple really good moments defensively and offensively, but he still was doing stupid things like passing the puck when he should be shooting and shooting when he should be passing. I feel like if he got those things down, Kevin Hayes would be a 56-point scorer, and he would score 25 goals again. But if he can't fucking figure out when he's got to shoot it, when he's got to pass it, I don't know if it's going to happen again. He did have an overall good game though. He had one on the penalty kill, a diving attempt. He got the puck out of the zone. It was just when he does things like that, he uses all 6'5" of his frame. He could be an awesome penalty killer. He could be a great power play guy. He could do all those things. It's just getting him to do it and having him do it consistently. Because Kevin Hayes is something. He's inconsistent. But when he's on, he is on, and that's what I like about Kevin Hayes. I just wish he was on all the time. I don't know what this guy in front of me is doing, but it's really annoying me. Ryan Lindgren. So I complained a lot. I didn't complain about him. I just say he never really stood out to me in Traverse City. especially because I want to see him physically, but not for nothing. It's not a bad thing not to stand out. Now, you do want to see the physical side of Lindgren. I certainly do. I definitely want to see what he can do against the NHL body. So I want to see where he matches up physically. He had a couple moments where he uses not big body, his strong body. But him not standing out, it's silently a good thing. That means he's not doing it. It doesn't mean, he's not going coast to coast and doing crazy shit, but he's not doing anything wrong either. And that's what I liked about his game last night. I didn't notice him, but I didn't notice him do anything wrong. He made all the right plays. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just a solid, smart player. Tim Gettinger had an awesome game last night. I'm telling you, after that first game in Traverse City, he must have watched my video of me ripping him apart for not using his body, because he's been so awesome since then. It's not even funny. Like, he's been absolute. I think Tim Gettinger, if he keeps it up and maybe gets a little bit better throughout the preseason, I think he's got a fighting chance at a spot at the start of the season. I don't think he's going to be a top 6 forward, but I think he can, if he continues to play the way he did Game 2 of Traverse City and the way he played yesterday, he's got a solid chance of sneaking into the bottom 6. I'd feel safe saying that. I don't think who else. Obviously, Elias Anderson just went absolutely. Michael Lindqvist, holy shit, dude. I really thought Lindqvist was going to be the better between him and Meskinen, but I feel bad for him because there were that too many men penalty we took. That was all his fault. But the reason he didn't get off the ice, and I'm guilty of doing this too, he just came off a really rough shift. He took a penalty. He had a good carry up the ice, and then he freaking lost the puck. And he didn't want to go off the ice. And it's stupid because you're in the NHL, you shouldn't be doing shit like that. When you get called off the ice, you go off the ice. But I do sympathize for him. I do feel bad for him. But he doesn't belong in the NHL this season. He needs a year in the minors. At least a year in the minors. Or half a year. I don't know. I don't know if it's the North American ice, excuse me, or what it is, but he needs seasoning in the minors. He does not belong in the NHL this season. He was barely hanging with the NHL squad. Barely. And actually, no, I always say barely. He wasn't hanging with the NHL squad at all. He was not hanging. He was barely hanging with Traverse City squad is what I meant to say. Ville Meskinen, so he had a very weak first period in my opinion. But his second and third period were pretty strong, especially on the power play, carrying the puck up the ice. Shooting, I like it when Meskinen shoots. He's got a good shot. I just wish he'd hit the damn net more. He's got good hands. I think Meskinen's another guy. He'll be right with Tim Gettinger competing for a bottom 6 spot. I don't think he gets it, but I think he'll be close. And I certainly, geez Christ, some, what's his name? Mike Tyson right there. Certainly think at some point we're going to see Meskinen in the NHL. Who else? Cole Schneider. That guy couldn't buy a breakaway goal. And I feel bad for Cole Schneider too, because he'll always be a cusp NHLer. I don't think he'll ever be an NHLer. I think he'll always be on the cusp of being an NHLer. But after last night, I don't know how we didn't cut him today. I'm going to make a separate video on the cuts because I'm a little upset about a few of them. I thought Stephen Fogarty, as much as I don't support him getting an NHL role because I really don't think he's that good, I thought Fogarty had a pretty good game last night. Caused a few turnovers. He had one really good turnover where he pressured Kincaid, forced a turnover behind the net, centered it, and just some idiot missed it or something like that. It happened at like 1:30 in the morning. Excuse me if I don't remember. But Fogarty had a good game. We might see him once or twice throughout the season. We saw him at the end of last season. Buchnevich had a very slow first period. I did not like his first period. I loved him in the second and third period though. In the second, it almost felt like Buchnevich was playing like EASHL and NHL 18 or 19 or whatever. And he was just feeling out the game in the first period. He wasn't even running he wasn't running and gunning. He was kind of just feeling everything out, and it paid off in the end. That slap shot he scored on the power play was a thing of beauty. Great face-off win by Kevin Hayes to get the puck right to him. And the rolling puck, Buchnevich cranked it past, I think it was Kincaid still in the net. That's a beautiful sky. Look at that sky. I love the Carolina sky. Look at this. Let me see. Look at this. This is what I drive home to most days. Isn't that beautiful? I feel like there's something so beautiful and innocent about the Carolina sky. I absolutely love it. But no, Buchnevich, man, and that overtime assist he fed to Pionk, that was really nice. I liked watching Buchnevich last night. It gives me high hopes for this season, especially because I do highly regard him so much. excuse me, I do think he's going to be a very talented guy. A very talented player in NHL. I do believe that, Buchnevich is one of the guys I put up. I really think he could be a point per game player one day. I do think he could be at 70 to 85 point player, maybe 20 goals, 30 goals, 50, 60 assists, maybe, if put on the right path. Listen, he survived the Vigneault years, and I think Vigneault screwed him up a little bit, but he didn't ruin him completely. Although, he can still reach a totally elite ceiling. I really don't know. David Quinn, I like what David Quinn's done so far with deploying youth. Again, I'm a little upset about the cuts that were made. Oh boy, here comes the traffic. I am a little upset about the cuts that he made, but those guys, the guys he cut, we kind of knew weren't going to make the roster, but my case against the cuts that he made were, what the hell? Why not give them a preseason game? We have 6 of them. We have 6 preseason games. Give the kid a shot. Give Ronning a shot. Give Day a shot. There's no point in sending them down as early as he did. I thought that was stupid. Especially the goalies. You want to watch goalies play before you cut them, because goalies come out of nowhere. Cam Talbot came out of nowhere. Undrafted goalie, 25, 26 years old, debuts against the Flyers. We lost 3-2 that game, I'm pretty sure. But then he puts up some stupid, like 7 or 8 shutouts the next 20 or 30-something games. Like, goalies come out of nowhere. And I highly disagree with ever giving up on a goalie, no matter how old they are. But anyways, moving on from that. I thought Georgiev was strong. I thought, every time I see traffic, I yawn and get tired. I thought Georgiev was strong. I thought he gave up a couple weak-ish goals. Goals that I thought were savable. Not that it was his fault, and I'm not blaming him. But the shots that I think were savable. But then again, the first preseason game of the year, I'm not going to get on his ass. It ain't worth it. He did have a solid game throughout. Mazanik looked okay, too. I'd like to see Tokarski. I don't think Mazanik's getting the spot over Tokarski and Georgiev. I think Mazanik is my first of the 3 that I can faithfully say he's not making the team. He's just not. I think Georgiev and Tokarski are better than Mazanik. So, that's my opinion on that. I'm trying to think who else played last night. He had a pretty good game. Kreider looked pretty good. I like the way Kreider skated. You can tell Kreider got a lot quicker. At least I noticed. It's an unfortunate way for him to get faster, and then, with the blood clots, he did lose a lot of weight. But he looks a lot quicker on the ice. He's not going to be bowling over guys and goalies the way he used to. But it's nice to see him fast again. I'll never forget the Chris Kreider of, 2013, 2014. The guy, him and Stepan on the line. Stepan would just flip the puck from the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Kreider would blow past everybody and drive the net. I feel like Kreider stopped driving the net and started shooting more, which is just not Kreider-like. Kreider's best play is when he's using his big ass and all that freaking speed and driving the net, forehand, backhand, and trying to score. Shit that Rick Nash used to do, just Rick Nash did it much slower than Chris Kreider. And that's what I think Kreider's going to do if he wants to be a 30-goal scorer, because right now, I don't think Kreider's anything more than a 20-25 goal scorer, 40-45 point guy. And I don't know. It makes you wonder how long the Rangers are going to keep this guy. And I like Kreider, I do. I think he's one of the leaders on the team, but I feel like at this point we kind of expect him to be a bit more than what he is now. We kind of were hoping he was going to be a 30-goal scorer, but he really never hit that. And that's a little, from a scouting perspective, I'm sure it's very frustrating. They do want to see a little bit more than what they got out of him. I'm not dissing Chris Kreider. I love Kreider. I have the guy's jersey. I wear the guy's jersey. But, you hope for a little bit more on him. And you could partially blame Tortorella. He screwed him up a little bit, but Kreider, he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. Like, Kreider's trying to do too much stuff with his hands, and I feel Kreider is best at using his big frame and drive, like the shit that he used to do in BC. Used his speed, drove the net, and scored. That's it. And he got assists on rebounds. And he can still pass the puck. He can still do those things, but I just feel like that's when Kreider's at his best, when he's driving the net. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that anymore with the weight that he lost. He might not be as strong as he used to be, but I do want to see that more at him. I feel like that was his best hockey. Cody McLeod, didn't have a terrible game. He just didn't have a good game. I mean, that first goal was partially his fault. It was total missed coverage. But I want to see a little more on McLeod. You know, he's fighting for a spot, and he didn't get cut. Kind of wanted to see a little bit more than what he offered last night. Especially because Rob O'Gara did the fighting. I mean, McLeod didn't have to fight. You know, poor Nieves gets a concussion after he gets drilled head-on-head accidentally by Greiba. Kind of was hoping McLeod would step in there, and then O'Gara fights someone that's not even named Eric Greiba. I thought that was a little odd. That McLeod, you know, the one thing we have McLeod here for is to protect the young guys, him and McQuaid. And he didn't do that. Now, granted, the Rangers play tomorrow. We're going to see a totally different squad, but I don't know. I expected a little bit more than what I saw. I did expect a little bit more. I'm not disappointed. It's just, hey, listen, we won, and I'm happy. But I expected a little bit more out of some players. It's the first preseason game. I'm not gonna dread it. You know, we're not in a playoff spot this year. Certainly not in a contender spot. So we kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. But I don't know. I think I'm dragging on a little too much. I think I'm saying too much now. I had my assessment. I gave my assessment, and I stand by what I said. You guys comment down below what you thought in the first game. I'm happy we won. I'm excited that we won. The seats, hockey's freaking back, baby. I am so pumped. Why are we breaking? I'm pumped. Hockey's back, baby. Rangers play again tomorrow night. I don't remember their lineup. I saw it on Twitter. Go on Twitter at NY Rangers, and you can see the squad for tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here and do the cuts. Until then, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.